Guys, what is going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. So, guys, we've just had Oleksandr Usyk, who has beaten Dereck Chisora by unanimous decision. I thought it was a decent scrap. I thought Chisora, firstly, I want to say massive respect to Chisora. He came and brought a tough fight. A lot of people thought that this would be a no contest. I thought Chisora did really well. I thought Chisora did really, really well, and he did himself proud. I actually thought Usyk would stop Chisora, but he didn't. Chisora showed a good chin, and I think there was round 6 or 7 where Usyk had Chisora buzzed, and you thought the writing was on the wall, but Chisora dug down, bit on his gum shield, and got to 12. I think you have to give him massive respect for the heart and effort he showed. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant for a 37-year-old to go in there against one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world and give it his all and give him a tough fight. You got to give Chisora massive respect. However, I thought Usyk won 9-3, 8-4. I think those are the two scores that you could probably give it. And I thought the 118, was it 118, 110? 115, 113 for me were very close. I don't see the fight. I don't see how Chisora won 5 rounds in that fight. If I'm honest with you, I just don't see it. I don't see how he won 5 rounds. I don't think I could give him more than 4 rounds, if I'm honest with you. I don't know how they gave him 5. Tony Bellew said that he saw Chisora winning the first 4 rounds. I don't know what he saw. I don't know whether he needs to go back and watch the tape. But I just don't see how Tony Bellew actually thought Chisora won. I just don't. Like I said, I don't think Chisora won more than 3 rounds in that fight. And I think most people would probably agree with me. I'd like to think most people agree with me that Chisora. Usyk didn't look great, right? And Chisora was coming forward and he was making hard, but he wasn't landing a lot. Usyk was landing the more cleaner shots. The cleaner work was coming from Usyk. Tony Bellew said that, Usyk was landing the harder shots, but Chisora was landing 2 times more the shots that Usyk was landing. That's not the fight that I saw. I don't know whether you guys saw the same fight that Bellew saw, but that's not the fight that I saw. I saw Usyk clearly landing the cleaner shots, and he was the one that was outworking Chisora. I don't know. I don't agree with Tony Bellew. Listen, Tony Bellew, great fighter. He fought Usyk. But I don't know whether he was talking from his heart because obviously he wanted Chisora to win, or whether I just don't see how you could call the fight in even a draw. Dave Colwell was with Bellew and he had it draw. He had Chisora nicking it, and a draw. They were saying I'm sorry, I don't see the fight that way. Even the 115, 113 scorecards, I thought they were wrong. I thought there was no way that's a 115, 113 fight. Usyk, especially after the first 2 rounds, he was clearly winning the fight. He clearly took control. If you look at the scorecards that Sky had it, Matthew Macklin clearly had Usyk after the second round dominating. Andy Clark or Andy Taylor, whatever his name is, he had Usyk running away with it after the first 2 rounds. He had Chisora winning the first 2 rounds. And listen, I think the first 2 rounds you can give it to Chisora, but I think after that, Usyk kind of started picking it up and winning the fight. Like I said, I could give Chisora probably 3 rounds in that fight. I just don't see how. I don't see how he won that fight. I don't see how you can make a case for him even drawing or winning that fight. Even though I don't think Oleksandr Usyk looked great. I think he did what he had to do. But in terms of him winning that fight, I'm sorry. I don't see how he won that fight. Listen, I thought Usyk landed more punches. I think Usyk landed the cleaner work. Chisora landed some body shots, He landed, how many times did he land clean on Usyk? Yeah, landed a couple of times. A lot of them were hitting the gloves as well. Usyk was making miss a lot as well. Whenever Usyk threw, he landed generally. He wasn't missing a lot, Chisora was throwing a lot, but he wasn't landing all the time. He was landing a lot on the glove, missing. He did land a few shots as well. But Usyk landed the cleaner work, the better work. I just don't see how you can make a case for the fight being a draw or in Usyk's favour. I'm sorry, I just don't see it the way Bellew and Colwell saw that fight. I thought it was quite clear that Usyk won. And actually, when the judges announced 115, 113, I just thought it was nonsense. I don't see how you can even make a case for 115, 113. I think At best, you can give Chisora 4 rounds. At best, I'm talking being generous, right? I don't think you can give him more than 3 rounds, really, if I'm honest with you. But that's my take on it. That boxing is subjective. People see things differently. But like I said, I think the only two in the Sky commentary team that thought that Chisora won that fight or was winning that fight was Tony Bellew and Dave Colwell. I think everybody else, Carl Froch hit the nail on the head when he said that, Chisora didn't win that fight. He put in a great effort, but he didn't win that fight. I think Carl Froch hit the nail on the head. And Johnny Nelson also thought Usyk won the fight as well. Most people, Andy Clark, Matthew Macklin, Adam Smith, they all had Usyk winning that fight. So I don't see what Tony Bellew and Colwell saw, to be honest. I just think that it was quite clear that Usyk won that fight. But again, like I said, boxing is subjective. Boxing is subjective. And sometimes what I will say is that when you're so heavily invested like Coldwell and Bellew were into Chisora, sometimes you can be a little bit biased. You can be a little bit biased, and you see things with you talk from your heart more than your mind. And I just think that's the case, because if you look at everybody else that wasn't heavily invested, that was seeing it from a neutral eye, all of them had Usyk winning the fight. Even if you look at the reaction online, you didn't see anybody having Chisora winning that fight. So I'm sorry. Listen, I like Tony Bellew. Colwell's a good trainer as well, but I just think that they got that wrong. I don't see how you could make a case for Chisora, winning that. I don't even see how you can make a case for a draw. I even thought the 115, 113s were too close. I don't see how you could give Chisora 5 rounds. But again, not to take anything away from Chisora, because Chisora has got a massive heart. He showed a lot of heart. He put it all on the line, and he made it a good fight, But in terms of him winning the fight, I don't see it. I don't see it like that. In terms of Oleksandr Usyk moving forward, a lot of people are questioning, even after that performance, what's his future at heavyweight. Some people think that wasn't a great performance, that he'd struggle against the big guys. Usyk himself didn't like his performance. He said 3 out of 10. Chisora is somebody that's a lot older. People will say he's past his. Carl Froch said he's past his prime. Joshua's a lot more effective with his punches. He's a lot bigger. He's as strong, probably stronger than Chisora. He's quicker feet, throws quicker combinations. However, Usyk is class, right? And Usyk could easily outbox Anthony Joshua. Easily outbox. I think. And the other thing is, what you've got to realize is Chisora's also got a very sturdy chin, right? Joshua is a great fighter, very, very good fighter, but Usyk is in my opinion would give Joshua a lot of trouble. It's not going to be that easy like people think. A lot of people think that Joshua's size and speed, and let Usyk get in there and then we'll find out. I think when you got someone so talented like Usyk, you can't really say until he gets in there. Because what Usyk showed to me today, he showed me he's got heart, he showed me he's got a chin, he showed me he can move around for 12 rounds under heavy pressure. That's what Usyk showed. Usyk showed that there was a lot of positives tonight. Now, knocking out Dereck Chisora, there's many that I feel. Vitaly Klitschko couldn't knock out Dereck Chisora. Tyson Fury in the first time couldn't knock out Dereck Chisora. Dereck Chisora is very tough. Very, very tough. So it's not easy to knock him out, even though I thought he buzzed Chisora several times in that fight, right? And let's not forget, in my opinion, Chisora's got a better chin than Joshua as well, right? So, and I think Joshua also has trouble with stamina. We've seen it. When someone's putting a pressure, and Usyk will. Now, what Dave Colwell said right at the end, I think he made a great comment that Usyk likes to be in control when throwing his punches, and when he thinks there's a lot of power coming back, his output decreases. And I do think we saw that with Lomachenko against Lopez. We may see that when he fights someone like Joshua, when he knows the power's coming. Is his output going to be as much? Because he knows that what's coming back is powerful, quick, and the guy's strong, and he can't afford to be reckless. And that's natural. Think about it. When you're fighting a bigger, stronger man, you can't afford to have high output, because then you're leaving yourself open for potentially being countered or hit with a big shot. And someone like Joshua, who's powerful, quick, could hurt Usyk. So this is what I'm trying to say, that he's not going to throw as many punches as he threw at the cruiserweight division, because he knows the guys at the heavyweight could hurt him. But those punches that he's throwing are going to be very effective, very accurate, and they're going to land. Usyk doesn't waste a lot of punches. He throws a lot of punches. Yes, today's performance wasn't the greatest, but there could be a lot of factors. Him being out the ring, no crowd. There's a lot of things that, these guys feed off. Now, Usyk will be a lot better when he faces Joshua. He'll be more switched on. He'll be more on it, and Usyk is not that easy to hit. Joshua's not gonna struggle to land. He's very quick of feet. He's very fast. And also we don't know if Usyk lands on Joshua, whether those punches, like Usyk might hurt Joshua. Like I said, Chisora's chin for me is a lot sturdier than Joshua's. Chisora for me takes a better punch than Joshua. Right? And if Usyk lands as many punches as he landed on Chisora, on Joshua, who knows, over the rounds, it may take an effect on Joshua. Now, that's not to say that Joshua may get Usyk before, that happens. Joshua may land a quick combination that hurts Oleksandr Usyk. That's a possibility, but I think to write Usyk off is wrong, because Usyk is quality. There's no doubt in my mind that Usyk is a problem for Anthony Joshua, even for Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a little tougher because Tyson Fury is bigger, he's a better boxer, and he can take it too. Tyson Fury is a lot harder for Usyk. But I think every other heavyweight, I would be confident. I would say against Joshua, it's probably a 50-50 fight. But I think every other heavyweight, I would make Usyk favourite. And if I'm honest with you, I think Usyk can beat Joshua as well. I think, if you were to put a gun to my head and say who would you pick, I don't know. I literally wouldn't know who to pick in that fight. It's a very, very tough fight for Joshua. I don't go on this performance and think, oh, well, he's not, like, you can't do that. He got the job done and won. Against Joshua, it's a different fight. Joshua's not going to pressure Usyk like that. He doesn't fight like that. Joshua boxes, right, sets his punches up. It's a different kind of fight. It's a completely different style. Chisora knew he had to dog Usyk. It's a different fight. I don't think Joshua, unless he's getting completely outboxed, is gonna bring those tactics. I don't think Joshua will fight like that, because remember, if Joshua comes forward like that, he's leaving himself open as well. And Joshua, as we saw when he's fought Ruiz, that fight when he fought Ruiz is gonna have a scarring on him. Joshua may not be the old Joshua, seek and destroy. He knows he can be hit and hurt and knocked out. So, again, I think that's going to be a chess match. That's going to be a tough fight for Usyk and Joshua. That's a tough fight. I'm telling you, that's a tough fight for both guys. Don't get it twisted. And I think people are sleeping on Usyk. But I think, like I said, I think Usyk is class. And I think Usyk against Joshua will be a lot better. A lot better. So for me, I think Usyk is a world-class heavyweight, if I'm honest. And I think he can beat all of them. I think he can beat every single heavyweight. Fury would be the only one that I wouldn't be confident that Usyk can win, just because Fury's size, stature, his boxing ability. I think Fury's exceptional. But everybody else, I think he can beat them all. He can beat them all. Let's not forget, this is boxing. It's hit and not getting hit. And Usyk does that better than probably every heavyweight apart from Fury. And don't get me wrong, I think the only reason I would say Fury would be a favourite against Usyk is because of the size. Fury's way bigger. Way, way bigger. Usyk's not that big, so that's why Fury's got a massive advantage over every single heavyweight because of his size. So, I think it was a good enough performance by Usyk. I don't think we should be writing him off. I think Usyk can definitely win a heavyweight world title and, like he said, become undisputed. It wouldn't shock me. He's a world-class fighter. World-class fighter. You don't have to have the biggest punch in the world to beat all the heavyweights that are currently there. I don't think, anyway, if I'm honest, because Tyson Fury hasn't got the biggest punch in the world, and I think he's the best heavyweight in the world right now. So that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. What did you make of Bellew scoring the fight to Chisora? How do you think Usyk gets on at heavyweight? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.